Hello everybody, this is Sonya. I'm in Australia and I've just woke up for the second time today because the first time the cat got me up at 6:15 this morning and I was so tired. And I'm so sorry because I did not come up with anything exciting to show you today, so we're going to do this when I finish finding out where the end of this is, because I've got it sort of kind of tangled up here. This is a piece of really nice stuff, isn't it? I bought this on one of my journeys to the shops where they sell all the goodies, you know. What it's called. It doesn't say. Oh, here we go. Look here. Crochet, 4 ounces of art silk. Isn't it nice? Anyway, we were using it on this interesting piece of work that I've got here that I'm trying to, like, recycle bits off of stuff. Now this is a piece of lace here and I've put the little beads on. I wish I could find the piece to show you where the video is, but I think it was a while back that I started doing this. I'm going to show you a bit around the edge, and then I want to do something with those leaves. These I've cut off lace, and that there's a piece of doily lace and I've got it stitched on there too. So I really like this sort of thing and I really want to finish something, and I just had no idea today what I was going to do because I'm still in the land of idea. The cat's not popular. He got us up and then he goes back to bed. He doesn't stop screaming at you when you start. He wants to keep going until you get up, and then he goes and gets back into bed himself. And a while ago he was out down on the lounge room floor with his legs in the air, snoring away. Ah dear. Anyway, we do love our animals, so we're not going to be too hard on him. So I'm just doing a blanket stitch around the edge of this, and this is just a piece of lace that I cut off, a bigger piece. It's a flower shape, of course. I've stitched all those little beads that way. Yesterday, it was yesterday, day before, when I did the bead one, I showed you that I started to do a bit on the lace, a beading, and I'm just working now on to what I'm going to do with this piece, see? Because I think we can bring these tiny bits and pieces to life, you know. This is a piece of old, when I say old, it's a bit of linen, and you can see the stitch in there where they stitch the bolt of fabric together, and it looks, I like it. I like that idea of the thing, you know. So I want to do some abstract things or freestyle things or something later on, because even though I do like things to be nice and neat and tidy, I do like the look of those sort of things that you can make them nice and neat and tidy, can't you? Look at that, just took me polish off there. It's not hot today either here in Australia where we're at. And I'm just doing, like I said, the blanket stitch around the edge of this. I've done some sequins in the centre there. Just put them in there and put a bead on, and just did, you know, a few rows of them. I think they look really good. So we're doing this today. This is just and I've got to go out tomorrow, so I need another video. I dodged going out to get my glasses the other day because I didn't feel like it, and I wasn't. I don't know. I've got so much that I want to do. I want to do my sewing. I don't want to, you know, I like to get out, and I should do more, I suppose. But now I've got that. I've put a piece of masking tape down the edge of this so it wouldn't fray and keep getting in the road. Now I'm going to have to pull that up, cut it without cutting me cotton. I'm going to take it back a bit so I can sew there. Get that off. I always used to put my masking tape around the edge of my pieces of work, because so they wouldn't be getting caught up in the thread or whatever, and I probably would have did this one, only I didn't realise how close I was going to go to the edge of this. Am I going to get round here without sewing more masking tape? I think so. I don't think it's still under there. That's just right. Just right. I'll let that drop down so it'll come untwisted. I do like this thread. It's really nice, isn't it? I found a whole heap of thread the other day. I was looking for some more variegated thread, and I did find that I had a lot more than I originally thought, because my cotton things was in such a mess. I didn't realise that I had, but I didn't find the pretty colour that I wanted. Oh, there is nice colours there, but there's not the one that I wanted. I'll give you a look in a minute, because it's got metallic ones in there too. I've got to find something to do them leaves with. I've got to find something to do the leaves. Well, this I just put together something to make it look, you know, like a plant, I suppose. Probably looks like something prehistoric, plant, but it's okay. Because you don't have to have something, you know, already done. You make it yourself. It comes from, you know, knowing about it, I suppose. I guess I've seen my mother make lots of things. I've probably told you this before thousands of times. When I was a kid, when I was a child, my mother left my father, much to my dismay, but anyway, and we never had a lot. And I watched her one day, or over time, make a lounge chair, right down from the wooden bit up to the whole thing. She did, the leather on it and everything. And incredible. And then she did a lot of stuff. She was still making these sort of art doll things when she passed away. She was still sewing, and still in her 80s, about 85, I think. Anyway, I never did the same things as what she did. We both had different ideas and styles of stuff. But there's a lot of talented people in the family, so, oh, well, as far as craft and artists, you might say. People had to be back then too, you know. You had to know, if you hadn't got things, you had to know how to do them, didn't you? You had to know how to do them. I remember once they had this thing back years ago where they used to paint the furniture, and then they'd, I don't know, daub it with sponges or something, make this weird pattern on it. I suppose it was weird, I don't know, it was back in the old days. And made this round table that she did with it, and my sister hated it, and she was only little and she refused to sit there, which was really weird. She didn't want to sit at the table because she didn't like it. I suppose I don't think I thought it was any good either myself, but you know, you fight with things like that, you can't. I imagine she got used to it and got over it. There we go. I think that's the same thread. Looks the same. I hope so. Maybe I just did it too quick today. I should probably put it a bit closer together. Look at that and see what I think still. I'm still thinking that's good. Okay. Don't have a small pair of scissors in here. I've managed to cut them all out there. So that's our little piece of lace. I don't know if I've got a bit here somewhere that I can show you what it used to look like before I did that to it. If I didn't want it, it'd be all around the place, but because I do, it's nowhere here to be seen. But anyway, so I've done that. And this is another thing too that you could, that sort of thing, that's cut out of a piece of lace. And you could use that and you could do your, you know, bits around there. I don't think I can find the other one. We don't really want to be looking about for it because I really want to do something with these leaves to make them look, I don't know, part of the story. I don't know how, well, I don't know what to do about this bit here. We could pretend we can't see that, okay? We can't see through there, can we? So that was part of this, look. That leaf that I did also had small ones like the flower, I should say. It had small bits on it too like that, so it was a really nice piece of lace that I've done that with. And the other thing, that there, was something like I cut off something like this, see? So I cut out something like that and I made that into it so it wasn't that dark, okay? So that seems pretty basic, doesn't it? So if you've got anything like that, you can use doilies or anything too, you know, there's lots of different ideas out there you could do, just have a try. Now I've got to find some thread or something that can go on there. I'll show you these ones that I got here. Is that I didn't realise I had these variegated threads. It was many. I knew I had some, but I didn't realise I had as many because I don't remember using a lot, and a lot of metallic ones, so I put them all here in the same thing. Now the one that I was looking for, still can't see it anywhere. Where is that? Can't see it. Not in here. It's not in here. But I didn't find it anymore, but I've got, this is a crochet thread. It's a nice variegated one. And then there's this pretty one. This is a nice pretty one. The other one I had, something like that, I had more pink in it. This one's got more blue. And this one here's got purple. So I don't know. But a lot of them I never would use because I didn't think how they would look. I didn't, you know, sometimes you don't sit down and think about the thing. Mostly all the time I was making stuff to put in the show, or that's the only thing I'd be embroidering, you know, or the, you know, and the crazy patchwork bags and things like that. And never sort of thought to venture out to anything different, you know, I didn't venture out there to anything different. So I have been over the years now, haven't I? I've got out there and did a different place. So this one here's got plain embroidery threads in it, but I don't know if I want to, what I want to do for the leaf. So I need something green, don't I? I do have a few greens here. I love that. Isn't it a nice colour? I like that colour. So I've got this really light green on that bit. If you can see it. It's very pale, isn't it? But I need something, and that's way too dark. That's way too dark. And now so is that. But it doesn't have to be green, does it? Leaves are all different colours. They really are. They're all different colour leaves. But whether they'd be right for that, I don't know. I don't know what made me stick that there, to be honest. It's not stuck, it's just embroidered there. So now I've got to try and come up with something to make it look all right, without taking away from the effect of the thing. Right. See, sometimes when I don't finish anything, it's because I've hit a stump. I've hit a stump and I can't keep going because it's not what I envisioned it would turn out like, and then I've got to go away from it, and then I come back and we can look at it again a different day, you know. So I'm going to see what I can do, I suppose, make it look all right, or look like I want it to, put it that way. Doesn't make a very big impression, does it? We'll see what happens though when we have a bit of a sew. We'll see how it goes. That's the best we can do, eh? Just try it. Just give it a try. Hubby's gone quiet. He was out there doing some... He got some 44-gallon drums. You know, and he's been cutting them in half because he's making some big pots to put his carrots in, because they grow good in sand, so he's put sand in there. He's going to grow carrots. So he's been doing that the last few days. And he's out there a while ago doing business. I can't hear him now. I'm not finished. Okay. So let's see, how we're going to put this on there. What sort of thing do we require for this? Make it look like I want it to. So we're on the outside of it. We could probably go over it, I suppose, like a, that round there like that. Maybe not, I don't know, just one more go, because you don't have to unpick too much, Sonya. You don't have to unpick too much. It's making a stem thing, isn't it, sort of thing? Stem sort of thing. Down in there. I'm going really close to the edge of it. But you'd be wondering where that was coming. Maybe off of this it's supposed to be coming off there. What do you reckon? Okay, now we've done that bit. Now what? Ah. Might take that back further and come up in the middle of it. Come up in the middle of there. Oh, you know what I need to do? I need to make myself a plan, don't I? But I'm not very good at sticking to the plan. I take off on the, you know, somewhere else. Easy. I can't get that through there because this is really thick, this stuff. It doesn't want to go through it. Well, that's not going to work for me, is it? Right. We'll fix that idea. You cut off the knot. Try and cut off the knot. And that bit there, you're not going to have to unthread your needle or anything now. Am I? I'm going to have to take that off there and put something else on there. That's not working for me. That's why I didn't go any further, you see. I'll do my own leaves. I'll do it myself. I'll sew my own leaves. But I did want to use this idea, but anyway, maybe I can find something else quickly. I mean, there's no time for fiddling about. Be careful with the knife, Sonya. Where are you? On the back here. I don't want to make sure I don't pull the wrong thing off. And cut a hole in it or something. Nasty like that. Righto. Because there's no way I can stitch through that stuff. It's really thick. So now I've got an exposed flower up the top here. It's got no top bit on it. That's why I put that over there. So when I cut it out, it must have come off. Where's that little piece that I had? It must be part of it, eh? Shoved it back in here so it wouldn't blow away. But that would have been on here. I'm really sure that was how that was. So, I suppose I could put it back on there, but I'm not going to, because then there's too much flour. Too much flour and not enough whatever. So what will I do? Just stitch across that, make some leaves, make some nice leaves with a little fly stitch, I think. Have a go and see what it looks like. But I don't know about up the top here, whether I need to put this back there, because that might look nice like that, eh? Then I'm gonna have to sew all around every one of those and beat it, and that's not in the plan. Okay, that's just not in the plan at all. Not in the plan. Something green here, but I'm not sure of what I would do with that. So this is why this has not gone any further, because Sonya couldn't work out what she was going to do with the rest of this. That is really natty. That I don't think I want to cut that up. Oh, everything's fallen on the floor as usual. Maybe I could just do some stitches on there and see if I can cover it. I don't know. See if I can cover it over. I don't think I can do those, fake it, pretend that that's there. Maybe I can. I'm going to do a leaf out here because I don't want to sit here and play the fool all day. Do a bit more sewing. I've got a knot in it, good. This will be an awful small leaf, won't it? See, these come up there really a bit further out the top one. I've done these before, not long ago either, I think. And this is just like a fly stitch, or they can call it a leaf stitch of some sort. And you just want to do it really fairly close together, these beats, and you go down there, go out there. Now while I'm doing this and talking to you, I'm thinking about that bit up the top, you know. I've got to think about what I'm going to do with that. I think this looks nice. I think I'd rather this than what I was trying to do with that other stuff. And just keep going. I'll make it in fairly wide. You want it to be, you know, so you can see it, don't you? Nice. Try and think about what we do with the top bit. So I don't want to muck this up either while I'm doing that, because taking it undone would not be the plan. So I'm going to make this time a bit shorter there. Bring it down towards it a bit more. Coming down towards the petal. Make it a bit shorter still. Oops, that had to happen. Might look a little bit skew with, but that's okay. I might take it back under it now. What do you reckon? That's there. Now that is nowhere near enough, so we need to do another one. So we come out here and have it close to it. Do another one. The first stitch goes a lot higher than if that one, to give it a pointy thing. You know, you go up there near that one. Reasonably close. You don't want. You can make them so they're a lot open. You know, you can do it so it's open. I think I'm getting too close to it too fast. Should probably aim it in that direction a bit more if I can. Go over. Well, maybe not. See how it goes. Aha, we lost one of them. Lost a thread, so I'm going to take that back out and thread my needle again. It's not very striking, is it? There'll be something we can do to it to give it a lift, because I feel that I need to do that with things. That's the thing too with me not finishing things, because they're not impressive. I don't feel you know, like I've achieved what I wanted to with them. I need to bring this down another one more stitch. I don't think I've got enough thread. I'm just going to go into the end of there then now. So it's meeting up, and you'd have to put another leaf on there as well. It needs another one because that's just not enough. Okay. Now I'm going to be quickly looking for something that I remembered that I wanted to do, and I don't know if I kept them in here or not. What did I do with those? I have leaves, and I have things that I wanted to make flowers. I wanted to sow the flowers because I collected them up so I could do that. Okay. And I collected up all the petals because I was going to work in my forest journal, which I haven't even got back to yet, but I will one day. I've just got a lot on at the moment. Where did I put them? I had them yesterday. I might have took them in the room. That seems a shame because I needed to really use them to show you how to do it. I've got a big bag full of me somewhere. It's always the way, isn't it? It's always somewhere. I've got little ones. And I pulled off bigger flowers. There's none in here. But those ones, and they're off flowers, see? They're flowers. They're petals. So, I did have some bigger ones and some leaves and everything around here somewhere. I'll have to find them before I come back on here again and show you what I want to do with them. Because these are too small. I've coloured these with the texture. Okay. Coloured them with the texture so they can be used. Okay, there you go. We'll see if we can put some of those on. Now, but we need to fix this top bit. I think I'll put I'll put this on here, people. Well, it's sort of like it's got a hat on it, isn't it? Let me see. Will I put that on there or not? I don't know. I just haven't got the bright idea yet, if that's the thing. Haven't got that bright idea yet. Might do another one of those just to keep myself busy for a minute. Well, don't tell me that other piece of thread blew away. Is this it? Oh, here it is. Oh, don't get excited now, it's still here. But see, you can put these little blokes on here too, see now, can't you? I suppose I could put a little bunch of them up the top. See, that's just coloured in with the texture. I can show you that or not. I won't say until I see a texture. Oh, that's a chair. I've got to fix it. I don't remember to do it. I always. So these were all on a big flower. What do you call them? Hydrangea or something. I don't remember now, but don't they look good? They're little bits of silky things, I suppose. And then they were all like this. See? So all you got to do is put your pencil on there, and it melts into it. I'm going to move my fingers. I don't want to put that on me. Let's see, what have I got here? I don't want to put it on that either, Sonya. Piece of cloth of some sort. Out of the bin. Something out of the bin. I could have got a piece of paper, but anyway, we're going to use that, and we just put this on here, look, and it just colours it in. To be honest with you, I don't know if it was this one. I think it was some other sort of brand. I don't know if it was this brand. It settles down after a while though. Some of them you just have to leave sitting on there, it just bleeds into it. But this is what I did. I don't know if it was with these markers. I think it was with those ones that are in a square box. And excuse me. Too much talking, breathing in it. Too much air make me hiccup. Okay, so we go around here. Take my word for it. I did it with something else and it settled down really well. This one here is not a very good marker to do it with. I mean, it could have been the kids' ones were really good. This one's nearly worn out. This one, so you just need a permanent marker, and with that, it just went straight through to the back too. Look, see, that's what I did them with. But maybe not this sort, but they were some sort of markers. These are not what I used. I think they were flash ones. Well, they're not flash, I think they're about $11 for a packet, and they've got all them really nice square ones in it, and they're coloured, and I can't see mine. Or can I? Let me see. Probably behind this. They are too. They're behind my sewing machine over there. I don't think I can reach it because the pedal's in the way. So move the pedal. I'm going to show you what to use, because otherwise... This is what I use, but I've got a coloured set. These are grey ones and a bluey colour. This is the one that did it. I'm really sure they are. I'll try one and see how it works. There you go, look at that, see? Wrong colour and everything, but... So these are graphic markers, and they are... I don't know if they're Tim Holtz or not. No, they're by... And these are not very expensive. Like I said, you get a set of whatever colours that you want. I think my son bought me these for Mother's Day one time. Graphic markers, grayscale, pack of 12. And there's not 12 in there, so... But let's see how that worked. And so the other packet's got colours in it that I used, pinks and things, that I did the others with. I knew it was something nice like that that worked, so there we go. But anyway, so this is... I'm going to just very smartly... I might put some flowers on here so you can see some sort of... another thing on there. Let's see what I'm going to do with this bit. I've got some little yellow ones here. And a little greeny colour one. There's a greeny colour one. So these sort of things you can put on... I don't know if I should put... No, they're not working there. Put them around here. Okay, just put a couple that way. Righto. We need another one in those colours. So there's one there. Another green one. I know them other markers are out there in the lounge room because the other day I accidentally knocked them on the floor. There's a greeny colour one. Here we go. So these are just the little silk flowers. And out of one thing, look at all I got. I think it only cost me a couple of dollars because they had them in the shop. Somebody gifted them to them to use. So I'll show you how we put those on now. And then I would have done a leaf if I could have found them. But don't blow away, please don't do that. Just need a little bit of cotton, and I've been happy with the colour. Just give me a second till I find a bit of thread to put across them. Put them on there. Let me see. Do I need to do? No, a lighter thing, Sonya. I can't see what I'm doing here, but there's no light shining on this thing here. I'm doing it with. So on the bigger ones, you can do nice decorations. A lady on here called Kathleen something, I can't remember her name. She does a lot of work with these sort of things, and I really like that. And another one, Andrea, no, can't think of her name either. Oh dear, I can't say her name because it's Adria. I'm going to try and put their links up to them so you can go and watch what they do too. Okay. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with these. And see, these are good to do with you, to use for your... oh dear, now I made a hole in that. That's not good. If you want to do any sort of mixed media, it's freestyle mixed media sewing, isn't it, really? It's a freestyle mixed media sewing. I'm going into the middle, and I'm going to come out to the outside there. Because after all, I might put something in the middle. I'm trying to just sew this down here by doing this way into the centre. But you can buy lots of little flowers and pull them apart and make things out of them. I did a lot of that years ago. A lot of that. Making flowers out of other bits of flour. Sue Spargo does a lot of things with wool and felt too, I think. I like her stuff. And the other two ladies I mentioned, but I just wanted to do, you know, you adapt it to suit your own self, don't you? Now, what am I going to do with that bit there? And the box down here. I'm just going to get this box here for a minute and see if I can see a bit of a flower in here that I'm referring to. This is my flower box, but whether I've got that sort of thing in here, I don't know. Some flowers in here. So probably not. I found a bird. So these are some of the leaves that I got to put out, but I'm not going to use them because they're too thick. Put in my woodland journal, which will be one day. Might get it made this year, might not. You know, you never know, do you? You never know. Here's another paper, like a paper one. That could work too. That's a nice one. So I didn't really expect to find them in here, but you never know with me. I might not put all the same things in the same bag, you know, so it could be different. Now, these are nice, aren't they? Look at that. So I could use those. Let me just cut out of something. A big flower. Oh, isn't that neat? So that's the idea. There's lots of ideas. Out of clothing too, you get these things. This one's too thick to sew. I'm sure it's too thick for me to sew down. But I'll put it up there. I've got some more somewhere. I got them and now I'm excited to find them because I really want to do that. I've actually been trying to get started on that for quite some time, but things distract me and I get caught doing something else, and I've been wandering off into the distance doing things all over the place. I'm going to get a bead in the middle of there, but I think I want to put some more sewing on it first. Let's put a bit more sewing on it first. I don't know what exactly I could put on here. Unless I put a what's the name? A bit of a bullion stitch. Just for the sake. Probably might have been better if I didn't do it the same colour, but it doesn't matter. If I want to do it the same colour, I can. So I'm doing a bullion stitch here. So we have to only got one strand of thread. Maybe that's not a good idea. Let's pull that back out. Let's do a little knot. And then we can do something different on the next one I put on, because I don't want to completely cover it up with stuff. I don't want to take away from it too much either, you know. It's going to be what it is. It's going to hold it down a bit without holding every bit of it. So I probably need another one under the end of there though before I stitch any more. And it's stuck on this needle. I might put that on there. Needs to be close to it. What about that? There we go. It's sort of going to sit underneath it, so I'll put it there in a minute. I've got 3 wraps because I've only got a tiny thin, one thin piece of thread. Okay. Oh, I'll have to keep working on this and develop something amazing, won't I? You never know what you might come up with. If you like what you're doing and you're having fun doing it, you could have, you know, you can do whatever you feel like and put on here whatever you want to. I can just put on here whatever I like and just have a bit of fun sewing and putting things on there. That's what I might do that. I might, because I hadn't had a plan for it, now I do in my head anyway. I'm planning in my head for it. I think that looks good. Through there. And I might turn this video off now because I don't know how long I've been going for, and I might just continue working on this because I really am interested in what I'm going to be doing next. You never know. So it's like it's just a surprise for me. That looks good, doesn't it? That looks good. If you like it, I'll show you what else we can do. I'll be back after, probably the next day, okay? I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. Please subscribe. Give me a tick.